Hello everyone, this is Dr. Abhishek Soni, Assistant Professor of Pharmaceutics, School of Pharmacy, Abhilash University, Chalchok Mandi. Today we are going to discuss pre-formulations parameters.
Pre-formulation parameters. As we know, pre-formulation studies, these parameters include physical characteristics and chemical characteristics. Now, in this part, we are going to discuss physical characteristics. Physical characteristics first include organoleptic property. A typical pre-formulation program should begin with the description of a drug substance. The color, odor, and the taste of new drug must be recorded using descriptive terminology. It is important to establish a standard terminology to describe these properties in order to avoid confusion among scientists using different terms to describe the same property.
The color of all earlier batches of new drug must be recorded using descriptive terminology. A record of color of earlier batches is very useful to establishing appropriate specification for later production. When the color attributes are undesirable or variable, incorporation of dye in the body or coating of final product should be recommended. A list of some descriptive terms of describe the most commonly encountered color, taste, and odor of pharmaceutical powder is provided. Next table. This is the table for terminology to describe organoleptic property of pharmaceutical powders which contain color, odor, or taste. The color of white, pungent, acidic, cream yellow, tan, shiny, and the odor of white, pungent, acidic, sulfurous, fruity, aromatic, or odorless. For the taste of white, pungent, acidic, bitter, bland, intense, sweet, and tasteless. After that, bulk characterization. Powder are masses of solid particles or granules which is surrounded by air. It is perhaps the most complicating characteristics because the amount of fluid can be highly variable. Powder are probably the least predictable of all material in relating to flowability because of large number of factors
That can change their rheological properties. Physical characterization of particles such as size, shape, angularity, size variation or variability, and hardness will all affect flow properties. External factors such as humidity, conveying environment, vibration, and perhaps the most important, aerations will compound the problems. Aeration is the introduction of air into material. So this term is known as aeration. Now second one is particle size and size distribution. Various chemical and physical properties of drug substance are affected by their particle size distribution and shape. The effect of effect is not only on the physical property of solid drug but also in some instant of their biopharmaceutical behavior. It is now generally recognized that poorly soluble drugs showing a dissolution rate limiting step in the absorption process will be more readily bioavailable when administered in a finely subdivided state than as a porous material. Size also play a role in homogeneity of the final tablet. When large difference in size exists between the active compounds and excipient, mutual sieving or demixing effect can occur, making through mixing difficult or if attained difficult to maintain during the subsequent process steps. There are the different techniques for the particle size: microscopic sieve, sedimentation, elution, centrifugal permeability, light scattering, etc. Second one is powder flow properties. The flow property of the powder are critical for an efficient tableting operation. A good flow of the powder or granulation to be compressed is necessary to assure efficient mixing and acceptable weight uniformity for the compressed tablet. If a drug is identified at the pre-formulation stage to be poorly flowable, the problem can be solved by selecting appropriate excipient. In some cases, drug powder may have to be pre-compressed or granulated to improve their flow properties. Some of these methods are angle of repose, flow through an orifice, compressibility index, which is known as Carr's index, shear cell, etc. Changes in particle size and shape are generally very apparent. An increase in crystal size or a more uniform shape will lead to a smaller angle of repose and smaller compressibility index or Carr's index. Now we are going to discuss this method. First method is angle of repose. Angle of repose, the maximum angle which is formed between the surface of pile of powder and horizontal surface is called the angle of repose. For most pharmaceutical powder, the angle of repose value ranges from 25 to 45 degree, with lower value indicating better flow characteristics. The formula use tan theta h upon r. H is height of hip of pile and r is radius of base of pile. If you see this diagram, there is height. This is a pile. When we flow our powder or granules from, this is the height and this is width, so we take, and this is totally diameters d, so we take the half of diameter, this is r, we take this height h and r, we got the tan theta is equal to h upon r. Compressibility is also known as compressibility index. Here the compressibility of a powder can be defined as the ability to decrease in volume under pressure, and compressibility as the ability of the powdered material to be compressed into a tablet of a specific tensile strength. It can be used to predict the flow property based on density measurement. Now this is the formula of the compressibility index or the Carr index: tap density minus bulk density divided by tap density multiplied by 100. This is the acceptance criteria for the compressibility index, with the difference value for the flow of powders or any granules without the excellent, good, fair, passable, poor, very poor, and very, very poor. Now the Hodgeness ratio. Hodgeness ratio is denoted by H and is an indirect index of ease of powder flow. This is the formula of Hodgeness ratio: tap density divided by bulk density. Or this is the acceptance criteria or the of flow properties of the value of Hodgeness ratio. Now the crystallinity. The crystallinity refer to the degree of structural order in a solid. In a crystal, the atom or molecules are arranged in a regular periodic manner. Crystallinity refer to the degree of structural order in a solid. The degree of crystallinity has a big influence on the hardness, density, transparency, and diffusion. Generally, most of the drug exist In solid state, very few are liquid state like valproic acid, and even less in gaseous form like some general anesthetics. Anesthetic. A crystal structure is a unique arrangement of atom in a crystal. Physical property affected by the solid state property can influence both the choice of delivery system and the activity of the drug as determined by the rate of delivery. Now the chemical stability as affected by the physical property can be significant. A crystalline particle is characterized by definite external or internal structure. Crystal habit describe the external shape of the crystal, whereas polymeric state refer the definite arrangement of molecules inside the crystal lattice. Crystallization is invariably employed as the final step for the purification of. Now, polymorphism. Polymorphism is the ability of solid material to exist in two or more crystalline form with different arrangement or conformation of the constituent in a crystal lattice. The different crystal forms are called as polymorphous. When polymorphism occurs, the molecules arrangement themselves in two or the more different way in a crystal. Either they may be packed differentially in the crystal lattice, or they there may be difference in the orientation or conformation of the molecules at different lattice site. Now the method to identify the polymorphism: optical crystallography, X-ray diffraction method, NMR technique, FTIR technique, microcalorimetry, thermal methods, melting point determination. Hygroscopicity. Hygroscopicity is the tendency of the solid substance to absorb moisture from the surrounding atmosphere. The process can take on a number of forms. Thus, with a porous solid such as activated carbon, water vapors will be physically absorbed both on the external surface or within the pores to form condensed layer. Deliquescence. Deliquescence is the process by which the substance absorbs moisture from the atmosphere until it dissolves in a absorbed water and form a solution. Deliquescence occurs when the vapor pressure of a solution that is formed is less than the particle pressure of water vapor in the air. Deliquescence is where a solid dissolved and saturated a thin film of a water on its surface. Moisture is also an important factor that can affect the stability of candidate drug and their formulations. Now the hygroscopicity test. The sample are exposed to the moisture, exposed to controlled relatively humidity environment. Moisture uptake is monitored at the different time of the point. Now the analytically method to find out the hygroscopicity. We find out the hygroscopicity by using the gravimetry, Karl Fischer titration and gas chromatography. Now there are the different classes of hygroscopicity. It's classified with four classes. First, non-hygroscopic. Essential no moisture increases occur at relative humidity below 90%. Slightly hygroscopic, this is under class 2. Essential no moisture is in occur at relatively humidity below 80%. Class 3, moderate hygroscopicity. Moisture content does not increase more than 5% after storage of 1 week or relatively humidity below 60%. Class 4, very hygroscopic. Moisture content increase may occur at relatively humidity as low as 40 to 50%.